My influences were the early constructivists of the 1900s, and how they developed space and time and planar objects, how they came up with the concept of taking taking a 0 point and building out. Up to that time, and especially in sculpture, they would be carving into a stone, taking away, removing everything. And once I discovered the Constructivists, which starts at 0 and at nothing and start building and constructing from that point on, I just thought this was absolutely an incredible concept. So I was used to building things, constructing things. So it came naturally to me to construct things. And I always wanted to build and build and build, and that's what I've been doing. And I did a whole series of what I call horizon series, where it frames the space that you're looking or you're in and going through into another space. So the shapes around that frame the space and give credence to that space, which in other words, it colors your outlook on that space. So, for instance, you're in a room. You walk in a house, and you come to the window. Well, the first thing you do is you look out the window. But at that window, there could be a Venetian blind on it, or it could be a frilly curtain. And the frilly curtain, or the Venetian blind, alters your feelings of looking out, even when you're unconscious of that fact. In even my pure steel work, which was flat and planar and spatial, there's two ways of talking about it. One is architectonic space or shapes, and the other is organic shapes. I always put a little bit of organic in the architectonic and a little bit of architectonic in the organic. If it's a large amount of organic, which is alluded to in these tree forms, then I will put some architectonic shapes within that space. We cannot live without art because everything about us has been touched by an artist, believe it or not. You can't walk down a street, you can't go into a restaurant where there's food designed by an artist, the artist being the cook. You go to symphonies, you go to the movies, you paint your house certain colors. It's all conceived by an artist. To me, it's always ongoing, and we're always at a point in time where we're always reaching out, and we'll always be in that tipping point, that moment of time. And so we have to be able to be conscious of that transition and saying, yes, this is a point of transition, and this is when we have to move on from this point. We've come so far, and we understand what we've done, but the thing is, you have to understand what has gone on before you can do this transition and not be a replicator and replicate over and over and over again. You have to become a new person. You have to become renewed again, spiritually and visually and economically. Well, art is life. That's all I can say. It just is part and parcel of everyone. It feeds the soul. It's just there. And if we don't have that, we're lost as a species. A whole species, not just in Pickering, but the whole world.